Welcome to another episode of Home, Sweet Home. My name is Rod McCall.
And I'm Scott Nichols.
Oh, man, I tell you what. Doesn't matter what day of the week it is. I'm starting to feel tired all the time.
I am tired all the time.
Okay, well, maybe that's my problem.
It's not about feeling it. It's about how it is.
I could use like a week's vacation.
Yeah, we just had like 10 of those. So
10 weeks of vacation?
Well, I mean, when we were off for the summer.
Oh, yeah. Boy, it feels like we've been back for 6 months.
But
all I feel like is I'm just, but I feel like that Dunkin' Donuts commercial from back in the 80s where the guy gets up, time to make the donuts, and then he greets himself at the door, already made the donuts.
Right.
I used to feel like that. But anyway, so it goes. I don't know. Maybe I just need to listen to my body, and maybe I'm too stressed and too overworked about too many things I can't control.
Maybe.
I don't know. I do.
I mean, I'm working on a master's degree. I've got, teaching that we've got to do that we've been back into in August here, and a number of other things that I've decided to take on because I'm a crazy person. So I've had an awful lot of things, and sometimes I can put stress on relationships and all the things that you got to do.
That is true. True.
Which I think kind of leads us to what we want to talk about today.
Well, yeah, I ran across an article, and it is titled, "Listen to Your Heart, Not Your Head." And I'm going, okay. So I dug a little deeper into it. The article's written by a guy by the name of Dr. Dan Tomasula.
Okay.
I didn't blow his name.
I'm sure it was fine.
But he's part of Columbia University, as well. So he's got a lot of degrees after his name, and so he wrote a book called "Hopefulness: The Power of Positivity to Overcome Depression," and a few other things. So I thought, well, okay, this guy might actually know what he's talking about. But he was saying, how many times do we second guess ourselves, and second guess ourselves maybe wrong?
Sure.
And who do what do we listen to? I mean, we've got how shall we say this? I'm reminded of the movie Animal House. Okay. And in the movie Animal House, they've got one of the characters is looking to do something, and the angel pops up on one shoulder and the devil pops up on the other shoulder.
Okay.
And, so the scene is all about, well, what do? Do you do what the angel says? Do you do what the devil says? And I share that because I wonder how many times do we have conversations with ourselves about, well, what do we do? Do we do this? Do we do that? And do we listen to the angel? Do we listen to the devil? Do we listen to something else? I mean, what do we listen to help make us make decisions in regards to what we do?
Okay.
And so that's kind of where I thought this might be kind of interesting, because he's saying, listen to your heart. Or, as he talks further, listen to your gut. Listen to your body. Because your body will communicate things.
Right.
And help you in regards to how you should do things. Whether you should go yes or no, do or not do, go left, go right. Listen to your body.
Okay.
I don't know. Does that ring true or have?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think we manifest a lot of things in our body as far as stress goes, right?
Okay.
And whatever we're doing. I mean, I lose sleep sometimes at night.
Okay.
Based on whatever it is that I'm thinking and involved in during the day.
I will say that I have been putting off taking my certification test for becoming a professional counselor, my state exam, because, well, honestly, I'm a lot concerned about, am I going to pass? Well, what happens if I don't pass? Well, the answer is if you don't pass, try it again.
Sure.
But in the meantime, I'm putting it off. Well, as the days tick by and I've got less time to take it, I've been feeling more stressed, more anxious, and I haven't been sleeping well.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I'm not sleeping well, then I don't feel excited to
Sure.
get up and exercise. So that's a negative. Then I'm so tired, I don't feel like cooking. So I eat garbage food instead of quality food. And that has a negative. And so yesterday, after putting it off for several weeks, I went ahead and I scheduled a test.
Good.
So
You got to just take it.
I got to take it. I can work hard, do my prep work that I know I got to do, but I started listening to my body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got, and stress, it weighs on you. It causes you to, like you said, eat the wrong things, gain weight.
Yeah.
And then, all those negative things come in, and then you stop exercising and you stop. It's like a spiral, right? Down into the pit of wherever. And you got to get to a point where you just, you listen to that and you make a change, right? And that you have to make a change in what you're doing, or you have to take that step to move forward, as in your case, right? I mean, I put off getting a master's degree for years. And I just decided, regardless of all the things I'm doing, it's just time to do it.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm feeling good about it. It's going well. And it's not a huge drain on my time as I thought it would be. So
great.
It's, partly because it's involved in, my work.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's going better than I expected.
Outstanding.
And, that's something that you just have to step out and do it. And I'm sleeping well, and I'm feeling good. I mean, there's all kinds of other reasons, right?
Yeah.
But you got to listen. You got to know when it's right to make a change.
Well, and that's what I liked about what Dr. Dan was saying, is that when we spend too much time wondering what to do, left or right, up or down, A or B, making these choices, he says a lot of times, listen to your heart, listen to your gut. Your body will communicate. And stop, instead of trying to second guess and trying to use logic,
right?
Listen to your body.
Yeah.
Because he said when you do this, you'll find yourself making better decisions and reaching opportunities that might otherwise have seemed too risky or too uncertain.
Mm-hmm.
And one other thing that he throws in there too is that if you do this, you'll care less about what other people think and say. I don't know.
I thought that just came with age.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
I just so don't care. Life is short, and I don't have time to be worried about what everybody else is thinking.
Fair point. I mean, there are some people that I do care. I do care what they think and what they say, and I listen to them for their advice. I mean, you're one of the people that I do kind of care.
Oh, goodness sakes.
So you didn't know that, did you?
I'll be more careful with my words.
No, don't pull punches. Don't pull punches. But one of the things he was saying is that studies have shown that the body signals, especially from the heart, offer us good guidance about potential choices. And it got me thinking, well, what about in issues of relationships?
Okay.
How many times when it comes to who to date or who to be friends with or when to stop dating or when to cut bait on a friend, because they are toxic, because they're too negative, because they're, a wet blanket, a dark cloud.
Sure.
And I mean, how many times, I can tell you that too many times I have debated back and forth I want to cut them loose. But I'm afraid, I don't want to cut them loose because what if I can provide that bit of sunshine, that bit of hope that, keeps them going. And I don't want to be the person that bails on them when everybody else does.
And that's fine until they're dragging you down.
Well,
if you can do that and keep them from dragging you down, if that's not affecting you, then that's one thing, right?
Yeah.
But if they're dragging you down too, then that's a toxic relationship.
And so that's what I liked about what he was saying here, is that listen to your heart, because at the end of the day, our heart with our body communicating to us, will say, you know what, you're going to be better off. And your entire body and the way it works, the way it operates, the way it communicates to you, kind of like it communicates when you're tired or you get sore muscles, it'll communicate to you that you made the right decision.
Okay.
And like I said, I hated my first marriage.
Yeah.
And my heart was saying, this is bad. But my brain kept saying, well, stick it out, work at it, you can make it better. And I was having all kinds of physiological problems, sleep problems, muscle cramps, which was, we were thinking, well, maybe that's restless leg syndrome, all kinds of things. And at the end of the day, it was my body saying, McCall, you are in a toxic relationship with a woman, and as hard and as painful as it will be, your best bet is to go a separate direction from her.
Yeah.
And once that happened, I got to tell you, I started sleeping better. My muscle cramps, my restless leg totally disappeared.
Right.
And I started, I had the divorce diet when I didn't eat anything, but when I did eat, I was cooking and I was enjoying things that I hadn't. So I kind of, based on personal experience, I'd have to say that Dr. Dan might be onto something here.
Yeah.
And so, anyway.
All this stuff manifests itself in our physiology. You internalize it, it becomes, we are biological beings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all these things it changes your biology. It changes the chemical makeup. It changes your blood pressure. It changes your breathing. It changes all kinds of stuff. And it could slow down or speed up your digestion. All those things are going to cause you with some kind of problems, and they're going to manifest themselves that way. And so it's not all about just, being stressed out all the time and thinking you're going to catch up on sleep, which can't happen.
Right.
It's about, it's a lifestyle, right? Like you have to change your lifestyle. Just like if you want to lose weight, you have to diet and exercise.
True.
If you want to be more, stress-free or have less stress or be able to sleep or have better relationships, like you have to change something about your behavior or your circumstances in order to have your physiology be better.
Well, and that's what he's also talking about in the article. Your body will communicate when things are right.
Sure.
That, when you are in a relationship or at a job or something that is working for you, then your body will communicate, as you were saying, with less stress. Your heart rate isn't so high. Blood pressure isn't so high. And your body will react. Well, man, I like doing what I'm doing. I like being around this individual. And so your body will communicate the good things as well.
Yeah.
And so
you're happy.
Yeah, you're happy. And so I liked I liked what he was saying with all this. And he was saying that there are ways that what he taught or termed, he called there's 4 ways that you can address this and your body can communicate with you.
Okay.
And he said that, if you pay attention, you can then definitely strengthen, relationships, whatever that relationship might be. And he called he termed these passive constructive, active constructive, passive destructive, and active constructive. Wait a minute, I think I missed one. Passive constructive, active destructive, passive destructive, and active constructive. So yeah, those are the 4. All right. Okay. And he says all have their parts, but he said the one that we should strive for is being active constructive.
Okay.
Because then we are actively engaged in doing healthy things to improve our relationships, both interpersonal and work. And when we do that, well, then of course we all know that benefits our lives in every other possible venue and arena.
Sure.
And so I like that, but I thought that it was interesting, some of these others, like passive constructive, well, I'll get to it, or even worse, the active destructive, where you're actively sabotaging when your body is saying go left and you always go right. That's you're totally disregarding what you should do. And
Sure.
so, anyway, again, it was very intriguing as he was talking about, these four different items.
I think that, so as I read about this, the thing that I noticed about active constructive is that it's kind of focused on the other person, and it's positive, right?
Uh-huh.
So, just to kind of simplify, it's positive. It's continuing a conversation, and it's focused on the other person, right? I'm not redirecting the conversation to be about me. I'm not belittling their thoughts or their feelings or their story they're trying to tell.
In fact, I like the examples that he gave.
Yeah.
Because he was saying, when you're communicating with them, they say they got a new car. Act excited. Hey, what kind of car did you get? Hey, when is it coming? When you get to pick it up? You must be thrilled.
Yeah, be interested.
Yeah, which I like, because why do you like the people that you like? Well, you have things in common, but they show interest in things that you're interested in.
Yeah.
And so, and when it comes to relationships, especially, the home relationships, if your kid comes home from school, show interest in what they're interested in. Even if you have no idea what it is, show interest.
Sure.
If they're excited about it, you try and be excited about it. I don't know. I thought it was really kind of neat. There's a lot of this too in these very active, passive, destructive, constructive methods. A lot has to do with your verbal communication based on your body reaction. When again, the active destructive is when you're constantly contradicting or disagreeing or trying to pick a fight or argue with someone else.
Isn't that all we do? Not you and I. Right. But society, right? We're on social media, and, so many people are keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
Just putting their opinion out there, saying whatever they want, and not being, careful about their words at all. And so somebody puts up a post, and the next thing you know, there's 10 people ripping that person down for what they're saying.
Oh, amen.
And it's like, well, that's not good, right?
No.
That's not helping anybody. That's not you showing interest. That's you being about you, not you being about others. And I don't know why people want to be in relationships with those people.
I don't know. I think sometimes you feel you join in maybe because they provide something that you didn't have before, but after, whether it's companionship, the opportunity to not be by yourself, that kind of stuff.
I think for most people, you say those things on social media because you can, and you would never say them to that person's face.
That is true.
Right. So there's an impersonalness about social media.
True.
Although it's more permanent, right? Like, it's on there and everybody can look at it.
Well, and it's not even on social media. You can find this just, talking, crying out loud. Okay, we got a presidential election coming up this year. And
goodness, we do?
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention.
Okay. Well, I will have to say that there are times where you talk anything political, and next thing you know, somebody's jumping off and they're ready to, yell, scream, hoot, holler, create all kinds of issues. And it's not like, wait a minute. What? So it's not just social media. I've seen it happen in real life with people, and they haven't. But anyway, I really like this because it did, it spoke to me in a way that said, look, we are in control. All we have to do is listen. and listen to what our body is saying and how we communicate to other people.
Yes. Now, one of the things I like about this is that this comes back to the thing that I always like to talk about.
Okay.
About seeking to understand, right?
Oh.
Before being understood. I mean, this just keeps coming up in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's one of the more powerful things that I've learned in life is to listen more than you talk.
Well, what do they say?
I think that's part of this, right? Like, so active constructive. I mean, there's a listening that's taking place. You're like actively listening, hearing what they're saying, and then reflecting and inquiring back rather than just giving off your opinion, right?
Yeah.
Which would not be understanding. That would be, let me just unload on you.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody says, I bought a new car, great. What kind did you get?
Yeah.
Right? You want to understand more about it.
Yeah.
Why do you go for a ride? What is it you like about that brand? What are the features that you got?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, did you get a good deal? Was it, you know, I mean, so being interested in what they had and seeking more, right? They didn't come up and say, I got a new car because they just wanted to like make a statement to you and walk away. Right.
Yeah.
They really wanted you to know that they got a new car and like probably what they got.
Yeah. They were
and they want to have a conversation with you. So, you know, let them do that.
Well, to go with you were saying about listening, it is, we've said this more than once, and it's always worth repeating. Listen to understand versus listen to respond.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, then there's that old adage, well, you got 2 ears and only 1 mouth.
Right.
And so, I mean, I'm still working on that.
It's tough. I mean, you know, it wouldn't be such a big thing out there in the self-help world if it wasn't a problem for people.
Very true.
Right? We wouldn't talk about it.
That is true.
But it is a problem. And I think it's a problem for all of us, especially when we're so focused on our stress and our problems, right?
Well, how many times do we focus on us, on the me and my problems, my concerns, my issues, without really taking the time to consider, okay, what are other people going through,
sure,
especially those close to us, and how does my reaction affect those around me? And so, no, I totally agree. And, you know, one of the things some of the stuff he closes with, and again, I'm just going to read directly from the article. But he says when couples can engage in active, active constructive response or responding. Mm-hmm. He says when they can do that, they're going to celebrate more in their life together.
Right.
They're going to bring out the best in each other, and they're going to be happy and enjoy each other's company.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I got to say, that's what I have so enjoyed about Marriage 2.0. Sherry and I do more of this.
Yeah.
And we support each other. We encourage each other. We're happy and excited for each other. And as a result, we're each other's probably biggest cheerleaders.
Yeah.
And so.
And that's great, right? I mean, I'm lucky to have that in my first marriage and my only one.
But that's why you've been able to last 33 years.
So, I mean, it's a key to it. Now, I mean, obviously I'm fortunate that when we've had struggles, we both want to work on it.
True.
That doesn't always happen.
No,
right?
no.
And so that, I mean, that's why a lot of marriages fail is because there's only one side and the other side doesn't want to do anything, or thinks only the one person is the problem.
Yeah.
But you have to listen, and you have to be a part, and you have to encourage, and you have to, I mean, relationships take work.
It is, yes. And it doesn't matter what kind of relationship it is. I mean, it can be the romantic relationship. It can be a friend relationship. It can be a work relationship.
And sometimes those are the worst, right?
Yeah.
They can be, because you have no choice.
That's true.
I mean, you can quit.
You do it. Yeah,
Right.
that's
I
a
mean,
choice.
just
But
like you can do that in marriage, but you really don't have a choice. You don't get to pick the person unless you're the boss, right? You don't get to pick the person
yeah,
you're working with,
true.
right?
It's like
So, and less of us are the boss than are the worker, right?
yeah,
So it's just not a choice. So a lot of times you're forced into relationships that that you have to make work,
yeah.
but they're not going to be your best friends. But you still have to listen. You still have to be a part. You still have to try to make it the best relationship you could possibly make it.
You're right, because if you can, again, at work in particular, the better you can work with those people, the happier work will be.
Yeah, and how many people leave work, go home, crash on the couch, and just go, ugh, I just feel awful. I'm so exhausted and tired. I mean, you manifested it in your body.
Uh-huh.
And then there's other times, when I've had times at work that I'm like, I had a really good day. Things
Oh,
went well. And you got stories about like the good things people said or did, or
uh-huh.
somebody who congratulated you, or
Yeah.
gave you a positive comment.
Some kind of positive
Yeah, I
affirmation.
mean, I've tried to focus so much in the last 6 months to a year on positivity, just trying to be positive, put
Mm-hmm.
positive stuff on my social media. I mean, all that. And you know what? I don't know if anybody else feels better, but I do,
Yeah,
you know, because I'm having those thoughts every day.
and that's part of, I think, what they're saying here is focus on you. And
Right.
if you're happy, you'll help make other people happy, including those that are most important to you. And in fact, one of the things that he has at the end of his article, and again, I want to read this because I can't say it any better than him. It is so important to be in tune with your emotions and feelings. And it is also important to be able to listen to and understand others' emotions and feelings. If you can do both of these things, you will be able to create a strong, lasting relationship built on love and mutual understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Now, work relationship may not be built on love, but at least mutual understanding and respect.
Yeah.
And again, you and I've talked about this many times off air about our work environment
Mm-hmm.
and that how people work well together and the positive affirmations, the building up for each other, and the way that we just push and encourage each other makes this a positive work environment.
Right.
And
It's so important. I mean, I haven't been, because I haven't been in a divorce situation. I haven't been in a divorce group. I have seen, therapists long time ago when I was a kid.
yeah,
So, and that's a little bit different than if you go as an adult. But you've been doing, work with counseling. And so my guess is that, part of counseling and those divorce groups and things is a lot about like, well, how did you feel when that
yeah,
happened? What was your feelings? What were your emotions that you went through?
uh-huh,
And you hear this when people are arguing, like, I feel like you don't respect me, right? There's a feeling. And so we're not listening for what those feelings are. We're not observing those feelings well enough, and so it's difficult to respond because we're totally focused on something else or ourselves.
exactly.
So you have to listen and understand and see and observe and what your partner's feeling. I mean, my wife sometimes is like, at times has been like, well, why don't you ever bring me flowers? And I'm like, because I'm a stupid guy and I forgot that flowers make people happy.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And then occasionally I'll be in the store and I'll be like, hey, that looks like some really nice flowers. And I bring them home. She's super excited that I brought flowers. It didn't cost that much money. They're not roses.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they just look nice. And I thought about her. And those little things, right, like mean a lot. And
Sure.
so you got to listen for that. You got to observe it. You got to notice when you do something and they like it. You might want to repeat that. Right?
Yes.
I mean, don't make it so it's not special.
Exactly.
But repeat it several times a year or a month or whatever it takes, right?
one of the things that there was a line in a movie that I liked, and I guess I watch too many movies, but there are times where I find something in there. And so there was a movie called Finding Forrester.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that or not,
Yeah.
but it's a great movie with Sean Connery in it. And he tells the boy he's mentoring, he said, an unexpected gift at an unexpected time is the way to a woman's heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not always done that. But I am with you when I do that, flowers for an unexpected occasion, has brought positive rewards and dividends.
Sure. Or even, I mean, and it doesn't have to be like that we get something back, right?
No.
It just be like there's happiness.
All I want
You've made the other person happy.
My reward is your being happy.
And that's all that really matters, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to cost money, right?
It shouldn't.
It could be a candlelit dinner.
It could be,
hey, you sit down and I'll make dinner tonight. Right?
Yeah.
Or, don't worry about that. I'll take care of the laundry.
Yeah.
I mean, even those things, because, probably most people that are listening, if you're not retired, and there's two people in the house, two adults, they're probably both working.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So gone are these times of, gender roles and all those things.
True.
Where, one person did one thing and one did the other, And so that means that we all do everything. And if somebody's been primarily doing one thing, it's easy to be like, I'll take care of that. I'll do that today. I'll do that this week.
Yes.
You relax for the weekend.
Yes.
I'll take care of you. Right. And that goes a long way.
I won't disagree one bit. You are so correct. And again, but that goes back to being that active, constructive responding.
Mm-hmm.
So,
anyway,
well, that pretty much brings us to the end of the article. And I guess that brings us to the end of our time. And so now you're making me feel guilty, so I'm going to have to do something extra nice for Sherry over the weekend.
That's right. I bought flowers last week, so I'm good for a couple of weeks.
Oh, I guess I'm going to have to buy some soon just to, I guess, provide for future problems down the road.
I might just go ahead and make a pizza tonight or something.
Oh, very yummy.
Hey.
Well, then I guess we better get going so we can do these things for the women in our lives.
All right.
Well, until next time, I'm Rod.
And I'm Scott.
Bye.
Bye-bye.